I'll be experimenting on rock cakes, but then not the making of rock cakes, but actually the use of different sugars on rock cakes. For this experiment, we actually need certain equipment to be used. So I'll introduce all the equipment that you will need to prepare beforehand. You need a sieve, a mixing bowl, two small plates for the sugar and the butter, one bigger plate for holding the flour, one small bowl for holding the egg, one palette knife, one cook's knife, one fork, some cake cases, one patty tin for baking, one chopping board, and lastly, a cooling rack. Collect the following ingredients for the experiment: 25 grams of butter, 50 grams of self-raising flour, 25 grams castor sugar. For this experiment, I'm using the castor sugar. 2 tablespoons of egg. What we are doing now is an experiment. We are not actually making the rock buns. For rock buns, we definitely use dry fruits as well for taste and flavor. And we also add vanilla essence for flavor. But in this experiment, we are omitting the dry fruits as well as the vanilla essence. Before making the cake, we have to preheat the oven. The temperature will be 180 degrees. And remember to use the middle shelf. Flour has to be sifted first. Place the sieve over your mixing bowl and collect your flour into the sieve. When we sieve, we introduce air to the cake and also to remove all lumps and impurities that can be found in the flour. After which, add in your butter to the flour. Now comes the rubbing in method. Dip the butter into the flour or coat it with flour and cut it into small pieces. This helps you to rub in easily. Also, the butter that you use must be hard and kept in the fridge so that it will be easier for rubbing in as well. Okay. Now comes the rubbing in. We use our fingertips from the index to the moving in this direction. We have to lift the flour together with the butter and you rub in. This is called rubbing in method. When we rub in, we must rub in quickly, but at the same time it must be done gently. Each time when you pick up together, make sure the flour and the butter is together. Don't press and squeeze while you are rubbing in. Do it lightly. Raise the mixture above the bowl slightly to introduce air. Do not over rub because it will become sticky. The rubbed in mixture should resemble fine breadcrumbs. After which you clean your hands. And you have to wash your hands after this. Add in the castor sugar and stir well, clockwise and anti-clockwise, so that the sugar will be evenly distributed. Then you add in two tablespoons of the beaten egg. Again, stir the bowl to bind it into a dough. The dough must not be sticky, so do not over bind it. Just make sure that it is all together. You can test whether the mixture is of the right consistency by placing a fork upright into the mixture, and the fork should be able to stand. Once you have got the correct consistency, this will allow you to have two cakes. So just divide your mixture roughly into two. Do not press anything, just leave it at this uneven, rocky texture. Lift each dough onto the cake case that has been placed on the patty tin. Do not spread the mixture evenly, just leave it uneven in texture. This will give the cake a rocky appearance. Now you have to bake this. You can experiment with other types of sugars, and then later you can arrive at the conclusion of which sugar will be the best for your rock buns. So now ready for baking. Remember, 180 degrees Celsius temperature, and place them in the middle shelf of the oven. It will take approximately 10 to 15 minutes for the cakes to be done. And I'm going to take them out from the oven. Use oven gloves for safety so that you do not burn your hands. Place them on one side of the cooling rack. Lift the baked cakes from the patty tin and place them on the cooling rack and cool the cakes. The cakes are now cool. I'm going to place them on my labeled paper under castor sugar that I have used as a sample. You will also place your other types of two sugars that you've been using for your experiment on these two blank areas. Cut the cake crosswise to look for its texture. Then I will cut it into four. So that you will be able to taste These are examples of rock buns where you can see the fruits being added, and I've also added vanilla essence for its aroma. All this adds to its aroma, taste and flavor. You can also watch the previous video on how to make these rock buns. Thank you for watching this video. Happy trying this experiment.